Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is starting to get into very interesting territory. This is your preview for Chelsea versus Real Madrid, Champions League quarter-final. Yes, it is. It's getting nitty-gritty now, isn't it? Oh man, we're getting into the stages now of the competition where every single game begins to feel like a final, So now quarter-final, Real Madrid, big opposition, first leg at the bridge, need to make sure we win at home because the Bernabeu's going to be harder, therefore it feels like a final. We're starting to get to that stage, and I love this part of the season. As a football fan, I love this part of the season, especially when my team are involved in not just one, but two competitions in this manner, this and the FA Cup. The league, well, if we hadn't flipping lost to Brentford in the way we did, maybe we might have put something in that. But now that's done. So yeah, we're hopefully going to be ending this season with silverware. Fingers crossed. But can we retain the Champions League? Can we actually do what no Premier League club has ever done? The last English team to have done it, by the way, when I say Premier League, I mean the Premier League era, so 92 onwards. Prior to that, the only English team to have won the Champions League consecutively was Nottingham Forest. If I'm not mistaken, Liverpool as well. But I'm not sure on that. Don't hold me to that. They might have won the Champions League and then not won it and then won it the following year. Or they did it back-to-back. But Nottingham Forest done it back-to-back under Brian Clough. Could we actually do it? Well, we have to beat Real Madrid, so fingers crossed we do. Now, we're at home. Stamford Bridge is the first leg, so the importance of this is key because with the home advantage, we need to try and make sure we take a lead out to the Bernabeu. The game at the Bernabeu next week will be a lot more difficult as far as I'm concerned. Remember, compared to last season, there are two factors that are completely different. One is last season, fans didn't exist. This season, fans do exist. As you remember, last season we were playing under all sorts of lockdowns and fans weren't able to attend and all of that. Now we've got Stamford Bridge full capacity, pretty much. Now, and then we're going to have the Bernabeu full capacity, which leads me on to point number 2. Last season, we didn't play at the Bernabeu. If you remember, we played at the Di Stefano, if I'm not mistaken. It was Real Madrid's, I think it's their training ground. This season, it's the Bernabeu. So, the feel, the atmosphere is going to be completely different. On top of that, Real Madrid, compared to last season, this season are a bit of a better side. Are they that much better? Personally, I don't think so. I think that the form that they have in Spain at the moment is kind of a reflection of the opposition around them, not actually playing to the standards that they should be playing at. When you're looking at Atletico, are they as strong as before? Not really. Barcelona have capitulated. They're not even in the conversation. I mean, they're playing Thursday nights now. That's how bad it's got for them. They're in the Europa League. I never thought I'd see the day. So Real Madrid in La Liga, yes, they're consistent, playing well. They've had it. I don't want to say they've had it easy. You don't have it easy to win a league. You just don't. But I think they've had it easier than last season or the seasons before. So bearing that in mind, going into this game, you could even say the same for Chelsea. Chelsea last season, first impressions under Thomas Tuchel, ruthless. Defensively, no one's getting through. We looked good. We looked like we were in all sorts of momentum. Everyone that came up against us was like, yo, this Thomas Tuchel, he's changed this club. He's changed this team. He's done everything here. Now, a year on, we are in a situation where we feel a little bit more stable. However, there are little loopholes, and Brentford, rightfully so, exposed them on the weekend. That did not look good at all on our part. So hopefully we don't put in a similar performance. It's going to be interesting. Real Madrid right now, in terms of injury concerns, you're looking at the players that they're going to have available. Karim Benzema is available. I think they're going to have a full team. The only person that's going to be absent, or is looking like he's going to be absent, is Carlo Ancelotti, because he's still yet to test negative. He tested positive. He needs to test negative for him to fly to London. He will not be able to do that today, as the Madrid team are flying to London. What might happen is he flies tomorrow. So on match day itself, he flies from Spain to London, travels straight to the bridge, meets up with the team, and boom. If he can. We'll see what happens. It's a possibility. But in terms of Chelsea, similar sort of fashion. We don't have any injury concerns. The only person that didn't train today was Callum Hudson-Odoi. So it looks like he won't be able to take part. But apart from that, everyone else is looking like they are fit and available. So look, we need to make sure we go into this game with a mindset and a different approach compared to the way we did it against Brentford. That cannot happen again. Now, I'd like to think, because of the way Thomas Tuchel set the team up against Brentford, that wasn't the right way to go. And that is where the game was lost for me. Having Loftus-Cheek, for example, as the deep-lying midfielder. I mean, come on. Loftus-Cheek as a DM. When was that ever going to work? It just wasn't. The way that we approached that game in the whole aspect of it was just completely off. We can't replicate that. We can't. Tomorrow, though, I expect a Pulisic to be fit to start. I expect Reece James to be starting this one and not coming out from the bench. I expect a midfield and a pivot that we are normally accustomed to. I expect defensive structure and stability more that we are accustomed to, compared to the shambles we saw Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger have in that fourth goal we conceded against Brentford, where they both tried to clear the ball and none of them could kick it. That basically summed up everything that day. We can't have that tomorrow. But at the same time, let's flip the script here. Real Madrid can't show up in the same way that they played against Barcelona. Yeah. So you can look at it from either aspect here, either side. Real Madrid, I know, and we all know, are going to be coming into this game looking for revenge. They are smelling blood. They want to make sure they avenge last season's defeat in the manner that they lost last season, which was pretty poor in that second leg at Stamford Bridge. That cannot fly again. They are going to come with a point to prove. I am not underestimating them whatsoever. But at the same time, they can't underestimate us. I saw a couple of quotes of saying that they're happy that they got Chelsea and not Man City or Liverpool because they think that would be harder. Oh, really? Okay, well, Chelsea, we've got a point to prove now as well. If they want to come and try and avenge the loss of last season, well, we need to make sure they ain't getting through. Simple. Yeah, we got smashed against Brentford. Congrats to Brentford. We're not letting that happen again, right? That was a blip. We're going to come with our A game. And we are going to come to make sure we get a result at the bridge that we can take to the Bernabeu, because best believe, and this is the warning, at the Bernabeu, I don't expect us to keep a clean sheet. If we do, oh my God, I think we can begin to dream, okay? But if at the Bernabeu, if we take a result, which is, if it's a draw, for example, bad result. We need to win tomorrow, and we need to try and win convincingly. So let's try and do it. Now, in terms of the starting 11, what does Thomas Tuchel do? How do we approach this? Well, without further ado, let's jump right into what I think Thomas Tuchel needs to do tomorrow. So, we're starting off with the goalkeeper, Mr. Kepa. I'm kidding. Of course, Edouard Mendy in goal. I'm going with a back three. I'm not going with a back four. I think the back four now is probably null and void. We don't need to see that again after the Brentford game. No, we're going with a back five or back three with wing backs. Why? Because Reece James is available. So, the three central defenders, without question for me, needs to be Christensen, Silva, and Rudiger. Our most stable back three. The three that I think we can trust, and hopefully Karim Benzema won't have any space against. So fingers crossed they do a good job tomorrow. Reece James on the right-hand side, without question. First name on the team sheet for me. Easily. Reece James tomorrow needs to have a fantastic game. He needs to be causing all sorts of havoc on that right-hand side. And I know some people are scared of Vinicius. I'm going to say this now, and I said it on Man Knows Football earlier today. I am not scared of Vinicius Jr. And that might come back to bite me on the backside, right? That might. Who knows? He might score two goals tomorrow. He might. I don't expect him to, though. Vinicius, when it comes to the big game, he's not a big game player. That's just my overall analysis. That's my opinion. You might agree, you might disagree. And if you disagree, fair enough. I can see why you disagree, because at face value, you look at Vinicius and you think, he's got all the attributes. He's young, he's pacey, he's quick, he's got skill, he can score goals, he can assist, he's doing all sorts. Fantastic. But in the big game, when you're playing, top opposition, he goes silent for me. He goes silent. And tomorrow, I don't think he's going to do much. Now, especially if he's on the left-hand side playing against Reece James, I'm going to give you a promise now. And, I hope it doesn't break. But I think Reece James is going to have him in his pocket with ease. With ease. And look out for it. The man that I'm worried about in Real Madrid is Benzema, of course. And you look at some players of theirs like a Rodrigo, for example, you have to look at the ability of a Modric, or Cruz, for sure. You look at an Asensio, for example. Those are players that you look at and you go, okay, right? Vinicius, he does not scare me. I don't get the hype. Yes, he plays well in La Liga. Yes, he combines with Benzema from time to time. When he's playing against a Getafe, for example, or he's playing against a Mallorca, right? Or whoever. Right? Yeah, he can score goals and assist, and he gets to use his pace, and that's fantastic. But on the big stage, he doesn't scare me, man. He doesn't scare me. We'll see what he does tomorrow. Hold me to it. Hold me to that word. If he bangs in a hat-trick, I will eat my shoe. Okay? So anyway, Reece James, right wing back. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on that, because I want to know where you guys stand on that. It'll be a very interesting point. Alonso left wing back. Now, here's the thing. If Vinicius is playing on the right, okay, and he's got to play against Alonso might have a tough night. Because keeping up with the speed that Vinicius has, that's something that you got to commend. So hopefully Reece James has to keep up and not Alonso. But anyway, don't tell Real Madrid I said that, because, maybe Carlo will get different ideas. And Carlo's going to base his tactic on my video. Anyway, Kante, for me, without question, needs to start this. And alongside him, I've seen calls for Jorginho. I've seen calls for Kovacic. I would go Kovacic. So for me, tomorrow it's going to be key in order to try and move the ball as quickly as we can, because I think that's something Real Madrid struggle with, and is keeping up pace in terms of the speed of the ball, in terms of the opposition, say for us, or the way that Barcelona did it. The way that they were moving the ball was too quick for Real Madrid to handle, and I think that in midfield they've got legs. They've got legs. Modric, Cruz, they're not the youngest, right? So when you're moving the ball quicker than they can handle, you got the advantage. I think Jorginho has that ability, but I'm worried of a transition. I'm worried of a counter. I'm worried of a Jorginho being, I don't want to say dominated, but being exposed. Let's say exposed defensively, and allowing the space for the ball to get to Benzema in a dangerous area. I don't want that. Kovacic, we know, is solid. Kante, we know, is solid. Now, can they move the ball as quickly as a Jorginho? If they can, they are starting immediately. And I think they can. And we'll see what happens. But for me, Kante needs to play. Kovacic, with his ability to drive forward and to defend very, very well, needs to play. That way it nullifies any threat of Real Madrid getting the ball to their front men. So for me, those are the two that I hope are going to control the show tomorrow. They are the engine of the team. The front three, for me, this is going to be key. For me, Pulisic on the left-hand side comes back for this one. Didn't play against Brentford, rightfully so. He comes in for this. This is the game where he flourished last season. He needs to come in and hopefully do a madness for us. On the right-hand side, I have a bit of a split mind here. I can understand people going for a Hakim Ziyech. Personally, I'd love to see Hakim Ziyech. I don't think Mason Mount deserves to play, but I think he has to play. It's something that I know a few of you are going to go, what? That doesn't make any sense. Mason Mount's ability off the ball is going to be so key tomorrow in order to determine the counter press, in order to create some pressure from the front line, in order to get Real Madrid panicking in terms of in the way that they like to move the ball forward from the back. We need to try and cut that off from the get-go. I feel like Mason Mount is just much more suited to that. And Mason Mount in that game last season proved why. Hopefully he does the same tomorrow, in order to cut off the passing lanes, in order to just run havoc, in order to just use his physicality. I'm not looking for any on-the-ball magic. I'm looking for off-the-ball magic. Press, and counter-press. That is it. That is his instruction. I feel like he's a lot more effective with that compared to Ziyech. Now, the thing with Ziyech is, on the ball, he might actually just create magic from nothing. And that's where I know we're not going to get that from Mason Mount tomorrow. So when I look at it, I feel like in order to get Chelsea attacking with the attributes Real Madrid have, I'd rather Mason Mount. But if we can bring Ziyech on at some point, if we have to, in order to create some sort of flair, that would be great. But for me, between the two, on any other day, I would pick Ziyech. Tomorrow, I have to pick Mount. I have to pick Mount. So for me, that is where it goes. And up top, without question, Mr. Kai Havertz. Because he is the leading man up top who seems to know how to score goals, who seems to know how to act as a centre forward. So he starts. And hopefully tomorrow he bangs in a goal or two. And hopefully we get the result. But that, ladies and gentlemen, would be my starting 11. Now, in terms of a score prediction, oh man, this is difficult because I don't wanna underestimate, I don't wanna overestimate. I am gonna be humble here. I want to say 2-0 Chelsea, but again, I hope. My gut is telling me 1-0 Chelsea. My heart is telling me 2-0 Chelsea. So hopefully my heart overpowers my gut and my mind. But I'm going with a Chelsea win, clean sheet. But then we got to take that result to the Bernabeu and protect it. So hopefully we get the job done. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Just remember, tomorrow there is a watch-along. It will be starting later than usual. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you can appreciate that Ramadan has started. Fasting is going on. Currently, fasting ends, I think, at about 7:45. So as soon as I'm able to just get something to eat, I will jump on probably 5 or 10 minutes before kickoff. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled. It won't be the normal half an hour before kickoff. It will be just immediately before kickoff. But I will be doing a watch-along for you guys. So make sure you guys are here for that one. I'll see all of you then. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me your thoughts below in the comment section below. Your teams, your score predictions, your approaches. I'd love to know. Hit the subscription button if you haven't already. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. And I'll see you tomorrow, people, for the watch along and the game itself, where hopefully we get 1 foot into the semi-final. Come on, you Blues. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.